This is Hardy Brute, and today I'm going to be playing Abyss Blade. This is a boss fighter similar with 5 separate bosses to fight, each one representing an emotion. You have a basic attack that does 50, a charged up attack that does 400. You can charge up the bar at the bottom, and when the bar fills up, you do a rapid 75 damage attack. So let's get it started. Let's check out the first boss. A Denial. So he has his own little charged up area attack. Oh, he's making a memory. So up and down. As you can see his health bar there, we do about 1% damage with the quick attack. He went up twice there. He's implanting the memory, so I have to remember up for each one, so I have to go to the right to avoid it. This is also a memory game here. Kind of like the Maven from PoE. So up left, up right, bottom left, bottom right. Let's charge up our blade while we're doing this. So far he's about 75% health. And it seems like he hasn't shown us all of his moves yet. He's doing a big area launch, okay. So far this is pretty easy. There's lots of time to activate our super, so he's going to use this memory, so it's going to go up. So we head to the right there. So this entire battle is a memory game. Paying attention to what he used to do. Prophetic Blooms. So those 4 separate me's. He's launching back in the middle, and those are the ones I should attack. So he's going to do a Bloom Burst. He was going to explode the ones if I hadn't killed them. Our big attack, which does 400 damage, so it's going up again. Go to the right here. That does about 1% damage. Where my basic quick attack does 0.01. So we are at the 50% mark. Ooh, now he's doing a double attack. So he starts to empower his moves. The corner here is always safe. And adds an additional move to his basic ones that he's shown us so far. So he's going right, and then up. So we need to go up and right for the right one. And the corner for the left one. Now there's a double mirror. Alright, so the one on the left is real, so it's mid, down, mid, and then up. It's not too complicated. He's at the 30% mark. People have compared this to the WoW bosses, the mechanics you have to do with it, but I haven't really played a ton of WoW. I'm enjoying it just because of the unique mechanics of the bosses, seeing what they'll do, seeing how to avoid them. And I actually like it when he empowers his attack here, you can do more damage. Gives you more time. So go to the corner. The second memory was up and then to the right. But we have a lot of time here to do damage. And you don't always have to dash, you can sometimes just sort of scoot around it. Alright, so all 4 of these are bad. So kill the other ones, I suppose. We are empowered again. Alright, that was the right choice. So we go up, and then to the right. We might be able to kill him before he does his next rotation. The next memory game. Endless Denial. I don't know what that was going to be, but I'm glad we finished him there. You've beaten Denial, but you are safer in the lie. Now reality cuts deep. Nowhere left to run. Those are some hard facts right there. That first boss was pretty easy. I probably played him a few times till I actually could beat him. It did not help that I was playing at 2 or 3 in the morning. Was pretty tired. So let's go into the next boss, the Anger. This one looks more like a samurai. So we can start off with a big attack, 2 quick attacks. Can actually get 3 off before he does his little bomb explosion. 4 affects all the middle tiles. And then he rotates back to his explosion attack. Seems like our damage is very fixed. Thrust he's going to push us. That one's not really a threat. And the meteor actually burns a tile until the end of the battle, so that tile is just gone. Oscillating Fury, it's going to rotate around. And after each explosion, he's going to make this little circle on the ground. And it's just long enough by the time you get to the 4th square that the circles fade and repeat. So you can just kind of circle around him here. His pre-50% empowerment isn't that bad, but you can still only take 1 hit until you're gone. And a lot of the mechanics, until you see them for the first time, you don't know how to avoid them. That's one of the bigger gripes I have with the game. That it's fun to see what they do, to learn them. But you can get to 20-30% and die to something you haven't seen before. You can also die from touching the edge or falling off the edge, which I understand, but I'm not a big fan of that either. I don't feel like it needs to have extra death indicators. So the lasers will activate the tiles and they'll be triggered by the little red pillars. So you can bounce between the corner, the side here, back to the corner. And now the middle is safe. You can just do damage. So those are all his moves, and his pre-50 is pretty easy. He's doing a 3rd meteor. Sometimes the meteor is random. I've had 4 or 5 meteors hit before. So now he's doing his Abyssal Surge. He's going to have all of his moves empowered. And now he starts to get a little bit tricky. He's still doing his basic attack, but if you notice those 2 red ribbons at the top, Core Crusher is going to hit the middle, and it also hits the sides there, where the ribbons are. So you just have to keep an eye out for those where they are. Ideally where they spawn, you just go the opposite. So because they spawn below, I went up. And now the entire left side is just dead. He's doing oscillating again. He's no longer doing the red circle. So it makes it a bit easier. But now he's adding an edge breaker as well. There weren't any red flags, so it's just a basic edge and basic core if he does the core. And he did double edge, that's nice. So our original strategy worked the same for that one. We didn't have to modify it at all. So we go on the opposite side of the map, avoid the flags. It's going to do the edge, so everything's going to explode except for these 2 tiles. Head up from the flags. And he's doing the edge again, so these 2 tiles are the only safe ones. And he's doing a 5th meteor. I really hope I can kill him before he does his wave of hatred, yeah. This one can get a bit tricky, mainly because it's the exact same as before, but now he's going to do a little red circle on the ground as well. But we killed him before we even had to see that part, that's awesome. The trick is to keep enough space so that you can walk around with little red circles. You can use the same method as before. Your rage amuses me. Do you really think you've conquered it? Anger will consume your body. Will it now? Nice, so that's 2 bosses down. And we've unlocked the 3rd boss. Let it burn. Flames feel alive. Anger helped me cope. You moved on, but I didn't. The past still lives on. I see. Denial, anger, and bargain. So let's attempt the 3rd boss. I have tried this boss a number of times. He has quite a bit of ranged attacks, big attacks, that if you don't see them for the first time, they end up pretty much killing you. He's got a laser beam, he's got a back attack, and then he's got this wave attack. You can skirt around, hit him with a bunch of large attacks. He does his back attack here. Then he does a Ruptured Mind, which is a really good time to do a lot of damage to him. So you can do your charged up big attack, and then kind of just find the little holes to hide in, so you don't die. He's already doing the Abyssal Surge at 75%. And I've already gotten him down to 68%. At this point, he splits into two bodies. One of them is an area effect, and one of them is a laser. The guy with the area effect, the heart's always going to jump towards wherever you're standing. And the laser one doesn't move, but he always targets where you are. The core explodes around him. The vortex explodes everything else. So you have to go hug the vortex. And you can't be too close to the heart, otherwise you'll still die. Ideally, you want to try to hit them both at the same time, do as much damage as you can. And then they start taking turns doing their special abilities. This one I noticed that you can do a little circle, and anytime he targets you with his laser, you can dash towards the middle. This final circle, you have to get the timing down, or listen to the sounds, dash up, dash in, and then go hug him. And then they move on to equilibrium. So they have to be within 5% of health of one another, otherwise they explode, and they kill you. So we used our special on the heart, and then we just use big attacks on the mind. And I'm going to be greedy here, keep them together. Attack them both, do as much damage as I can. And right as my special runs out, I'm going to kite the heart away, because now they're going to explode. So I'm safe, so I can just focus the mind, they'll come together, and I keep doing damage to one another. And now they're going to switch, so now it's the mind that's going to go into the middle, and the heart's going to follow you around. He still jumps exactly where you are, so you can kind of guide him where you want to be. So the heart moves to the top, and now the laser is going to go in the middle and rotate. So we do as much damage as we can, and then we just have to run away. As you can see in the corner, he's going to do his explosion. That's actually killed me a number of times. But you learn pretty fast. They're both at about 20%. This is their last equilibrium. And now they're combining back into the bargain. They took the lowest health of both of those guys. So he does his laser attack, followed of course by his back attack. And the timing can be very tricky. You have to avoid the back attack, as well as getting into the black zone without being killed. Go too fast, go too slow, and you die. So it goes left, up, left with this section, and then he starts repeating. And he's just about dead, and if we take him out with one more big slash. And I probably tried that 50 or 60 times, quite a number of times. You tried so desperately to bargain with fate. You believed your heart and mind could change reality. How tragic, thinking you could regain what was lost. We really were trying to bargain. And we unlocked boss 4, nice. Tell me what it's cost, I'll pay it. I'm not sure you would. You found balance between heart and mind. I thought it was impossible. But maybe I was wrong. So what's the fourth one? Depression, nice. Well, that's going to be it for this video. That was the first 3 bosses. This game is pretty fun, it's also pretty frustrating. But I enjoyed it. So if you want to see more, you want to see the final 2 bosses, let me know. I'll see you.